She is the founder and director of Unnati Cultural Village under the aegis of Chaudhary Foundation.
A lot of influential collaborators, people who are geared towards sustainable development for a long time.
She has dedicated her life to preserving and promoting the legacy of South Asian heritage and culture.
It's also given us a lot of new perspective on how to deal with challenges and difficult times and how to be much more resilient.
NewsX proudly presents the Vaku Diaspora Dialogue with Surabhi Chaudhary. Hello and welcome. You're watching NewsX Vaku with me, Megha Sharma. Joining me on the broadcast is a very special guest, Surabhi Khaitan Chaudhary. She's the founder and the current director of the Unnati Culture Village under the aegis of the Chaudhary Foundation, which is based out of Kathmandu in Nepal. And it's great to have you, Surabhi. Talk to us about the kind of initiative that Unnati Culture Village is under the aegis of Chaudhary Foundation.
Right. So, Megha, the birth of Unnati Cultural Village happened a few years ago. It's an initiative of the Chaudhary Foundation, and we're catered towards social sustainable development. The foundation's portfolio is pretty diverse, ranging from skills, livelihood, education, women's health and safety, disaster relief programs, housing, skill sets, and so on. And under the skill and livelihood development, Unnati as a project has been established. We are 4 years old, and a cultural village has been established called Unnati Cultural Village in the foothills of the plains of Nepal, and it is a platform that showcases various arts, crafts, dance, music, culture, heritage. The whole can be found over here. All the traditional industries are umbrellaed under the Unnati Cultural Village program. We are also very strongly geared towards women empowerment and youth development. So all our initiatives are linked with that, which also promotes a lot of economic empowerment to the marginalized communities.
That's fantastic. Quite a noble initiative that you have spearheaded, you have launched under the Chaudhary Foundation, but also talk to us about what exactly is Chaudhary Foundation? How long ago did it start off? What was the motive behind its conceptualization? And what are the kind of goals and objectives it is at this point of time forging ahead in wake of the pandemic and the vaccination process and several other issues that mar the community of Nepal at this time?
So, as you know, the Chaudhary Group is it's a conglomerate. It's the first multinational institution of Nepal, the only Forbes listed company of Nepal, and so entrepreneurship development was one of the first initiatives for the foundation that was started. Because we felt that economic empowerment and prosperity for the people of the country is the road to sustainable success and prosperity for the nation and for its people. And for that, in 1995, the Chaudhary Foundation started out with its first projects incubating social businesses. And the Nepal social business projects have started out about 35 years ago. And we've incubated various programs related to entrepreneurship development. And as the programs kept developing and growing, based on the need of the hour, various other verticals in the foundation was established. Very recently, I mean, when I got married, within my first year of my wedding, we experienced the disastrous earthquake in 2015, and our group was the first to respond to that disaster. And Nepal is very prone to such natural disasters through flooding, typhoons, earthquakes, and landslides, and various other things. So the disaster relief management department is also a very, very active vertical. Heritage and spiritual development, because Nepal hosts some of the most coveted World Heritage Sites, UNESCO World Heritage Sites in the country, in the region. So we were catered towards spiritual and heritage preservation and development, women's health, so nutrition again a huge issue in Nepal. So that is also something that we are very strongly focusing on: education, digitizing education, and giving digital computers and classrooms to various rural areas, water and sanitization. So there are many need of the hour projects that are rolled out depending on what is the priority of the nation at that time. And of course, since last year, given COVID, it was a very unexpected pandemic that happened, something that the world wasn't very prepared for. But our group, I can proudly say, was again the first to respond to the disaster and the crisis that Nepal was facing. Of course, we had an immense shortage and of various equipments, basic testing kits, basic health and sanitization standards that people were struggling with. And so we were again the first to respond. We got a lot of medical equipment flown in from India and China, distributed to various municipal hospitals, rural hospitals, city hospitals, a lot of private clinics. So we've recently launched an oxygen plant and bed in Kathmandu, and various other municipal hospitals also for the second wave. So we've been, and then of course there have been a lot of relief materials and food packages that have been distributed from time to time during the lockdown period. So yes, it's something which is an ongoing activity that the foundation is constantly striving towards.
I will specifically ask you about the Unnati Culture Village. And obviously, there must have been hindrances that you, as the director and the founder of this project, must have faced in wake of the COVID situation in Nepal and across the world. What are the next steps that you are bringing about for more of these initiatives to be launched under Unnati? What are the kind of challenges did you face? How did you end up circumventing them?
So COVID actually has taught us a lot, Megha. It's taught us to be more resilient and self-reliant. So during this time, it wasn't very quiet for us. We were actually extremely busy and much more productive than we've been during the times when pre-COVID. Yeah. So I can count my stars and say that we are blessed. The group again really came together, and we have various patrons within the Chaudhary group itself. So hospitality is one of our biggest supporters. So we had a lot of projects that were being rolled out and developed for the hospitality sector during the pandemic. While things were quiet, our artisans were still at work. They were still under production. Projects were still being developed. Events were still being planned online, of course. And we did a lot of work on the ground. We did a lot of introspection, team building, trainings, a lot of workshops. So we did a lot of internal strengthening of our systems while the pandemic was happening. And I can proudly say 70% of our employed staff was still with us. And we all stood together through these difficult times, and it's brought us closer. It's made us like family now. So I feel like after going through what COVID has brought us past 2 years, we can ride through anything. And it's also given us a lot of new perspective on how to deal with challenges and difficult times, and how to be much more resilient.
You're absolutely right. And I'll also like to delve into your personal life. You said that you got married some years ago, and you're a Mumbai girl who ended up shifting her base to Kathmandu. How challenging was the transition? How were you able to successfully manage it all?
It's actually been a pleasant surprise for me as well, Megha, because I came from a family that, and a city, a country that's so bustling with energy and active, and it's a very fast-paced life. And I've lived and traveled all over. And then when I got married and came to Nepal, I was actually very geared for a quieter, peaceful way of life, but I've actually been much more busy than I was before I got married. Yeah. So yes, being engaged with the foundation has really not only kept me on my toes, it's been a very stimulating time. And that's been one of the main reasons why I've been anchored so beautifully. And of course, Nepal is a gorgeous country with beautiful people. So that also helps.
What are your future plans personally as well as professionally? I know you are spearheading Unnati. You're taking it to longer strides ahead. There are international collaborations. The government is also supporting you in this noble cause that you're bringing about. What are the future endeavors that the Chaudhary Group, the foundation, and under the aegis of the Chaudhary Foundation, Unnati is looking forward to bring about?
So we have actually a lot of fantastic programs rolled out, and I won't reveal too much at the moment, but we have some very interesting collaborations happening with international foundations, art residencies, some mini small scale festivals being planned to promote Nepal's art and culture and various traditional industries. And we want to take it to the international markets and various other audiences. So those plans will most probably take place 2022, and for that the preparation is currently underway. Apart from that, personally, I see it as a very fulfilling role. I have two beautiful children, happily married here. I'm, spending a lot of time in Chitwan, between Chitwan and Kathmandu. So yes, for now, we are very much here and very much focused on building the various creative and cultural industries of Nepal. And that's what the focus is for the time being.
Well, thank you so much, Surabhi Khaitan Chaudhary, for joining me on this broadcast. And I wish you all the very best. And looking forward to hosting you oftentimes on NewsX WAKU and understanding where you take forward the Unnati initiative into a larger, bigger platform for the Nepalese handicraft culture community.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Megha. It was a pleasure.
NewsX ITV network have proudly launched the WAKU Diaspora Broadcasting Network. WAKU DBN will be India's first mainstream platform dedicated to the diaspora community. Help support us, become WAKU patrons at memboro.com/WAKU. You will get the first access to our interviews, make recommendations, merchandise access, ask questions and get a shout out of thanks on our TV shows. You can also suggest to us who should get the WAKU Golden Chakra Awards and also tell us who should get into the WAKU Hall of Fame. Limited memberships are available at 100 rupees per month on Memboro WAKU. Sign up now, log on to memboro.com/WAKU.